What's happening, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Imperial Diecast. And today I'm going to be doing a review on a 132 scale minivan. This is the Honda Odyssey by Jackiekim. And this is the box that the car comes in. As you can see, it has like the car or the minivan displayed on all sides. And over here, a whole bunch of Chinese lettering and tells you a little bit about the functions of the van. But without any more further ado, let's unbox this minivan. Now, usually I do not collect minivans, but there is one reason why I bought this particular model. So check this out. This is a 132 scale model, but the front doors open, the rear hatch opens, the hood opens, and we even have sliding doors. How cool is that?
The power of dreams.
The Honda Odyssey is a minivan Honda has been making since 1994, and currently in its $50,000 costing 5th generation, which went on sale October 2013 onward, and which is also the generation this model is supposed to represent. And this diecast minivan is modeled after the 2018 facelift for the Chinese market. But I feel like the model also took some design elements from the very similar looking Honda Odyssey, currently in its 2nd generation. So one of the innovations of the 5th generation Odyssey are the dual power sliding doors. On top of that, this minivan is sold either as a 7-seater or as an 8-seater, and this diecast model has actually got 7 seats, which you'll be seeing in a short while. I got this car from AliExpress and paid $14.50 for this, free shipping. Took around 3 weeks to arrive, and other colors this model is available in are white, silver, and burgundy red. However, a brand new version of this model has been released, and you can tell the difference by the front fascia having more chrome slats, as you can see in this image. So this is the latest version, and I am reviewing the previous version, which is the 2018 facelift. Well, this is supposed to represent the 2019 facelift. But apart from that and the wheels, the rest of the model is pretty much the same. So looking at the front of this Honda Odyssey minivan, I have to say that I'm quite impressed with the level of detail that Jackiekim has put into what is essentially a children's toy. We have this chrome plate here in the front surrounding the Honda badge, which is also a three-dimensional badge and not just a sticker. Below we have the front grille, and it does have a pattern in between the slats. Although I believe that these slats were supposed to be painted silver or at least be separate chrome pieces on the real car, whereas here they're just black. We've got the Odyssey license plate at the front, and this model even has fog lamps, which are painted in matte silver. But what surprises me most is the level of detail that went into these headlights. I mean, these are supposed to be LED headlights on the real minivan. And there are no pegs in the center. You even have this little LED strip down here. But the coolest thing about these headlights is that they are actually working headlights, because this model comes with batteries, and if you open the doors, these headlights will start to light up. What is even more amazing, though, is that the engine of this 132 model also opens, and it is actually quite detailed. The 5th generation Honda Odyssey is powered by Honda's 2.4-liter iVTEC Earth Dreams engine, which produces 173 brake horsepower. And you can see all the little details here that Jackiekim put into this model. So I'm quite impressed. For this scale, this is more than enough. And the engine can even be started. So here's a look at the side of the minivan. And you can see that the quarter glass over here is actually not a window. Instead, it is completely tinted and you cannot look through it. However, they did provide us with windows over here, although the front does not have any. But the coolest feature again are the sliding doors, and they're quite easy to open. In fact, they're actually quite loose on my model, so let me demonstrate to you how this works again. Simple as that. And you can shut the doors easily. And the doors, they run on these rails over here. So that's also pretty interesting. Now let's move on to the rims. And these are also pretty interesting. I mean, they don't have a whole lot of detail, but you can still see the lug nuts in the middle. You can see, I think, what is a Honda logo right there in the middle. Can't really read it though, because it's so small. No brake discs or calipers in the background. And the front wheels cannot swivel, and the steering wheel cannot turn either. But the car still rolls pretty well. And it even has a pullback mechanism. And here's a look at the back of the Honda Odyssey. As you can see, we have another Honda logo right there in the middle. And below this little silver trim over here, we have the Odyssey license plate. And down here we have some Chinese lettering, and I think these two letters say Ben Tien, which is like Chinese for Honda, but I'm not sure what these two say. And of course, this is Odyssey in Chinese. Down here we have two more reverse lights painted in red. We got a brake light up here. And the interesting thing about these 132 scale Honda Odysseys is that depending on the color scheme, some of them come with this part over here also painted in this same silver, and here as well, leaving only the bottom parts here as the taillights in red. But my model in dark blue has like the entire taillight left as it is. So it depends on like which color you buy, and I personally don't really have a problem with the silver missing on my taillights because it just makes them look bigger. And it's not like the silver would cover these pegs anyway, so yeah. So the rear hatch of this model opens. It's a little hard to open because the shut lands are so good on this model. But once you do, inside there is not a whole lot to see. I mean, there's like a tiny bit of room, and that's about it. You can see the seats from the back here. This minivan has a sunroof indicated here at the top, but it cannot be opened. Let's check out the interior. So this is the interior of the Honda Odyssey, and I basically did a few modifications to this interior. Chiefly what I did was I painted the trim of this air vent here in silver, and just like that I also highlighted the center console's air vents and the top part of the LCD panel in silver as well. And down there was like another sort of like slightly three-dimensionally raised trim around, I think, what is supposed to be like a compartment, and I highlighted that in silver as well. And I think these little additions make it look so much better because there's absolutely nothing painted on the actual 132 scale model. But the details are there, so when you paint them in silver, they just stand out so much more. And here's a picture of a 1/18th scale Honda Odyssey, which costs around $150. And even there, the interior is actually quite plain because that's just the interior of the Honda Odyssey. But you can see that here you can like find all the silver details already painted for you. And I decided to do that on my model and just make it look better. Apart from that, though, there's not a whole lot to see here. You can see that we have seats over here. These are painted in beige. So that's nice because if all these seats were in black, I feel like some of their texture would be hard to spot. But in beige, you can see that there is some detail here, and they look nice. Let's check out the driver's side. So at the driver's side, you can see that the steering wheel does have a few details, including the Honda logo in the center. And this is already something that came with the car, so I'm happy about that. Left of the steering wheel, you can see another air vent, whose details I've highlighted in silver. And a few buttons down there also exist. These door handles, I guess I could have painted in silver as well, but I forgot. But other than that, you can see the speakers are also there on the doors. And there's not a whole lot more to see at the front, so let's check out the back. So as you can see, we have two more beige seats over here. And then further back, there should be 3 additional seats. They are, however, not painted and therefore are quite hard to see. But all in all, this is a 7-passenger minivan, and so there's plenty of space for everybody. And here's a look at the seats from the other side. I mean, for a $15 model, this has a lot of detail. And here's a look at the bottom of the car. You can see that it says 132 2016 Honda Odyssey by Jackiekim, made in China. And the only thing that's painted here is the exhaust system. And I believe this here is the fuel tank, and you can see the exhaust leading all the way over here. Not a whole lot of details, but I mean, at the end of the day, this is a 132 scale model, so pretty happy with it. Up here at the front, we have the battery compartment. And here you can see the alignment of the batteries, the way you're supposed to put them in. And what you will need is 3 1.5 volt AG13 batteries. Guys, thanks again for checking out the review of this 132 scale Honda Odyssey by Jackiekim. Normally I do not review SUVs and minivans, but you can understand why I had to make an exception for this one. So if you're interested in more reviews like this, be sure to check out the review of the Audi Q7 in 124 scale by Welly. And for more Hondas, I have the 132 Accord as well. Have a great day, take care, and I'll see you in the next episode of Imperial Diecast.